Jessica Edling. I am the production stage manager for the play That Goes Wrong here at Hale Center Theater. And today we're going to do a little bit of a walkthrough about what it takes to maintain a physical comedy for 12 weeks. So everybody thinks a play is a slightly lesser deal than doing a big musical, but in actuality a play like this is just as big as, say, a musical like Tale of Two Cities. We don't have the giant cast, there's only 8 people per cast in this show, but we do have pyrotechnics, we have smoke, we have stage movement automation, we have lights, we have all the big things that you would see on the center stage. And so part of my job is to maintain all of that and time all of that throughout the show to make sure that everything is firing correctly. So one of the things that we do before we go into performance mode is we test out our special effects. In this case, we're going to be testing out our pyrotechnics. And that's just to make sure that it's running properly, that there's no leaks or anything wrong with the system. So, standby automation. Looks good to me. I am going to bring you guys backstage at Haversham Manor and show you how some of these falling, breaking set pieces actually work. We are stage left again. We are behind the front door and the fireplace, but be careful. Spoiler alerts. You saw a barometer next to the door and you saw a shield over the door. And these are how those elements are worked. The barometer is just a magnet that holds it in place. Our shield is fired by this button. So you see the shield over the door. What happens in the show is it comes down and it looks like it's going to hit an actor in the head. Doesn't actually hit him, but it comes pretty dang close. Welcome to Backstage Left here in the Jewel Box. What you're looking at is our prop racks. And one of the unique things that we ended up doing with this show to reflect kind of the time that we're performing in is we have a separate set of props for each cast. As you know, Hale Center Theater is big on double casting their shows. And so to reduce the risk of contact spread, we ended up having a complete set of duplicate props, one for each cast. So this is our rack for our Monday, Wednesday, Friday props, and there's our rack for our Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday props. And you'll notice that with a couple of small variations, things are fairly identical between each cast. And so that way, we're able to just clean and maintain things a little bit easier. We still have the same super heavy sanitization processes after every show for each set of props, even though they're not really sharing anything. But it was just a safer way to be able to mount this production during this time. Welcome to more of Backstage. This is our breezeway that connects stage left and stage right. We have hair and makeup over here, wave Cassie. And then once again, we have separate wigs, one for each cast, separate items, one for each cast. Again, just trying to keep things sanitary and safe for our cast and crew. If you come down this way, down the breezeway, you'll see some of our extra props laid out. You'll also see some of our extra set pieces. Because this is the play that goes wrong and things crash and burn and get dropped and get thrown, maintaining our props and our set can be a bit of a beast. So one of the big responsibilities for our crew is to maintain our pieces, but that also means we have backups of almost everything just in case. This is one of our backup props racks. There's also some pieces that just get set on stage during pre-show back here. But you'll notice we have like extra candlesticks. We have extra paintings of this super lovely dog that we love. We named him Sir Charles. We have extra paper snow because there's a lot of that in the show. We have extra telephones, just the things that get a lot of abuse in the show. If we reach a point where we can't repair them, then we will replace them with one of these. You just met our spinning bookcase. It's one of the hidden entrances and exits that we have here on the set. But let's take in the whole set for a second. Like I said backstage, there are pieces that fall and get dropped and get thrown. It looks really good right now. By the end of the show, this place is trashed. So one of our jobs that we always do is before and after every show, we just take a walkthrough of the set and see where we need to do touch-up paint, what might need to, like steaming the curtains, what would need to be repaired or cleaned, and just help keep it looking as fresh as possible, which is not an easy task when you're doing 12 shows a week for 12 weeks. So this is my call script for the show. Right here on page 1, you will see that we actually have pre-show that starts at 7:20, not at 7:30. That's actually part of the show. And so I am calling all of those moments from the booth. Those moments include crew members, actual crew members for the show, who go out on stage trying to fix some last minute things before the performance starts. Kind of starting that pattern of things going wrong for the murder at Haversham Manor before you even realize that it's happening. So we talked a lot about the things that break and go wrong with the show within a show. But what do we do if something actually goes wrong? So what I did was I got my team together and we made up a list of contingency plans. We took our biggest moments, and I actually keep this list in my call script to remind myself. We took our biggest moments and we figured out what we were going to do with those moments if they didn't happen. For example, the fire that you saw earlier. If the fire doesn't go, if the hole gets blocked for some reason, we have a whole different scene set up where we can where I can communicate over headset to my ASM, and she will communicate with the actors, and they know, okay, we're plan B on the fire scene, and so they will go into that secondary scene because we did rehearse this with the actors before we ever came into tech. And they know that that can keep the show going, and we'll just miss that one little part of the show and you'll never know. And then once that secondary scene is over, the show just continues like normal. And the audience is none the wiser as to why certain things didn't happen because you don't know that they were there to begin with. The play that goes wrong closes in less than 2 weeks, so get your tickets while you can and come see if you can spot all the things that go right.